I'll be back! No more heroes. Desperate struggle.
Welcome back to No More Heroes 2, Matt's Desperate Struggle. Ugh, it's nasty. Oh, I hate it when Team 4-Star sends me bloody bags like that through my window. Dun dun dun. Like, he cared so much about Bishop, he didn't even know that he died. Until that, I guess. I guess he doesn't check in with him on a regular basis. So we're going to talk to Sylvia again.
The heavenly dust returned to its maker, leaving in its place a blanket of sadness that covered Santa Destroy. Then the sun returned, and with it, deafening gunfire and clanking swords. The battles had resumed. Demons disguised as men, running wild in an orgy of ultra-violence, as if to purge their souls of the hatred that blighted them.
So just throwing some emotions out there about the current state of the tension in Santa Destroy.
I have set up the next ranking fight.
Where are you? I don't care who the fuck it is. Just give me someone to fight.
You sound passionate. What's gotten into you?
Someone killed Bishop.
I understand. Wait for me at Burger Suplex.
I will. I would love to go to Burger Suplex. If I had my own theme park, I would put Burger Suplex there. Sorry, Sid, I'm going to steal that from you. So here we are in Travis's apartment. Because this is New Game Plus, we've done a couple things already. This is an old save. This actually, if I wasn't being upfront with it before, I'm actually emulating this. I played it I played it after I did the stream of it, because I streamed it on my Wii, or my Wii U rather, just backwards compatibility, but a lot of people were like, you should play in 4K and all that, so I did a quick run of that a few months ago, or a few months after I did the stream, so, but basically, you do this mini game with Jean where you have to work her out, because she's a little fat kitty, kit, and you kind of do various mini games and exercises, and once you get her down to a certain weight level, please keep scratching, Travis. That's good. I like that. What was that? He said something. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Once you've gotten Jean down to her preferred kitty weight, you get an extra move. I think it's the running slash, and you shake the nunchuck while you're running, and you do like a little attack, a useful attack. It's really good, actually. I don't have that many clothes or whatever, and I didn't bother to buy that many just because I went through the game. So we're going to do that during the LP. I will need to grind off screen a little bit, just to get enough money to get the suit I want, because there's a particular look I kind of like for Travis in this game, so I'm going to be going for that. So aside from that, nothing really much I can do. So we're going to head out and talk to Sylvia. The other thing I'll talk about Travis's apartment real quick is that throughout the main course of the game, you'll find treasure chests that have little baubles, merchandise really, anime merchandise of Bizarre Jelly 5, some other random stuff. You can see I have the Santa Death Parade mecha right above my head, which you gain in a couple levels in. But I don't think I got them all, so I'll still be able to get some. But basically, you just collect shit for Travis's apartment, and it just pops up every time you get one. It's fine. I really wish you could look at it, like press A and then get a nice zoom up view of it. Because over here we have all our wrestling masks from the first game, which is a really cool detail, and you at least got a little bit of info on them. And like I always splurged about and talked about, to everyone's annoyance, I love the trading cards that you get in New Game Plus and No More Heroes 1. I really wish this game had something like that. It just there's not that much reason really to do a New Game Plus run of it unless you just want to try a higher difficulty. You don't really see anything new. You don't really gain anything like that crazy that's really worth going. Let's look at our shelf real quick though. So we have all our weekly backdrops. I wish this was a real magazine. And you learn a new throw. Even though I've played No More Heroes 2 and 1 multiple dozens of mega times, I still don't know how throws work, really. I don't know if they're random. I don't know if they're based on the position to an enemy. I don't know if they're based on enemy types. I don't know how to do them. Maybe I'll look it up before the end of this LP. Otherwise, you can't interact with your fridge anymore, which kind of sucks. We can't go over to our television. We will look at the Bizarre Jelly 5 video. Yeah, this is what we're doing. Like, they did such a good job to make this look like a legit anime. If you just showed this to me, I'd be like, yeah, that's why I don't watch this stuff no more. Like Exceed or like Inti Creates or like, can we get this? Can we do this? Can we make this game? Let's do it. Oh man. I'm sorry. Whir! Poop! Poop whir! Bizarre Jelly 5! Ejaculate all over! Yeah, so that's Bizarre Jelly 5. You also have the game. Travis really likes it. You know what? It's fine. Travis likes it, then that's fine. See, he wears it proudly on his chest. He is not ashamed, and that is commendable. So what else there? There's the E3 trailer of No More Heroes 2 from 2009. God, I'm never going to forget that. I'm never going to forget the time where James Cameron went on and on and on about this dumb blue monster bullshit movie and went too long and bumped Suda's presentation off Ubisoft's E3 press conference. I will never forgive James Cameron from taking that shine away. Taking No More Heroes heat away. So let's leave. I need to leave my anger at the door. Let's leave it at home in the motel. So there we go. If you saw the old LP, you'll know. But this is my opinion. I would have much rather that they'd actually improve the overworld from No More Heroes 1. Just put in some more things, make it a bit more lively. I know it's the Wii, or you can't make it like crazy 360 PS3 horsepower to have lots of shit happening. It has to be a little quaint, but I'd rather them improve the overworld and you still get to drive around and do things and maybe talk to people just a little bit more. Like, I don't know, like 20% more effort. That being said, I know a lot of people prefer this menu thing over how it used to be in the first game. I mean, it's fine. It gets you to where you need to go. Everything is just accessible there. But that's... let's just go to Naomi's lab. So in case you didn't really catch it before, I'm all leveled up. I have all the weapons. I'm maxed out on health and... what's up, otaku? That's me! We'll just talk to Naomi just because I always talk to Naomi here and there. Eagle-eyed and brained viewers will know Naomi was in the intro for Bible Black, done by my best friend in the whole world, Thomas. I was like, yeah, put fucking Naomi there. I fucking love Naomi. I wish she would get some stuff. I wish she would show up in another cutscene, help out, do something. I wish she wasn't just like a vendor. I wish she had some more voice acting. It's too good of a character. Look at that good character design. Look at that. There's a great character right there. It's actually, yeah, her yabos are huge. That's fine. I've seen that before. But if her yabos were all covered up, like, she still has an awesome character design. That big bouffant of, like, black hair, like, it's awesome. And she's got to, like, kind of pull back. And then she's got the two, like, streaks going down there. And it's a black and gold. And she's got these chaps. Like, it's amazing. I wish she's like 80 years old or something. It's crazy. Look at that. It's awesome. I know I'm cuter when I have money. That's all she has to say. So we've leveled up everything there. Here's the Schlepper Tiger. I never know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I cannot use it. I wish it would come into play more than the one time it does. See, there's a little laptop there. She's working on it hard. So, unlike the first game, though, you do have free movement to walk around in No More Heroes 2, Matt's Desperate Struggle. What's the point? You can't actually do things by walking around places like this, or Joey Ryan's gym. Well, it's not Joey Ryan, but it might as well be. I wish you could look at things. I wish Travis could just say something like, oh, this is Naomi's tools. Like, I wonder what she uses these for. Oh, there's a crazy, like, there's some money back here. You know, if they're going to strip out No More Heroes 1's overworld, I'm fine with that. But why don't you at least make these areas that you inexplicably gave me full control to look around? Why don't you put something in them so it's worth my time to even move around? It's a little strange. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's a minor thing. Sass Naomi, not really much point in going to Ryan's gym. I think we will later, just to drop in. I don't have enough money to buy anything Airport 51. Like I said before, I'll probably grind off screen a little bit. And after that, probably going to do some side jobs on camera just to show everyone a few of them. But first, we got to go to Burger Suplex. Music in No More Heroes 2 is generally just as good, but not better than No More Heroes 1. Just felt like I had to throw that out there.
You mean your best friend? The shopkeeper?
You know his name.
Sylvia, I want to make a deal. I'll conquer the rankings, fight whoever it takes. And in return, you find me the assholes who killed Bishop.
Calm down. You shouldn't make this personal. It is the quickest way to lose a battle.
This isn't a battle anymore. It's a motherfucking war.
Fine. It makes no difference really. The mastermind behind
Look at
Bishop's
those
death is the
4
owner of Pizza Bat.
twin NPCs.
Most of the city. He is the head of the corporation that runs it all. Jasper Bat Jr. And as fate would have it, he is also the #1 assassin.
Jasper Bad.
Not be lying.
It is a fact. The object of your revenge is waiting at the top of the ranks. Wonderfully convenient, don't you think?
Sure is.
There's a new hotel on the beach. The 50th ranked assassin is waiting for you there. By the way, Bat Jr. owns that hotel too.
He really is everywhere, huh?
Better hurry. There are 50 other fighters trying to kill
Are
you.
there?
You have no time to waste.
Just sit back, Sylvia, and watch the hell I'm gonna raise.
It's awesome. Travis is a lot more confident in this game, but he still has his flaws, his foibles. I kind of like the mix. He should be a bit more confident after the first game.
Taking advantage of people's sorrows, he used his music to lure followers. He spoke of a grand faith, but his words were hollow. It was all to satisfy his own goal. He'd only found success because of strong financial support from the new mafia, who used his pulpit to gain support for their own agenda. Many believed he was just a tool of an up-and-coming gangster. But the real goal that drove him? That's a secret.
So that's Sylvia's giving us a bit of insight into Nathan Copeland's deal. Look, it's more ambitious, it's more artsy, it's a little more interesting maybe to give like boss motivations in this sort of vignette style, this kind of, mysterious, steamy environment. Like, it's interesting. I'll give it that. I like it. Is it more effective than a boss just straight up telling you what his deal is? Gain more insight from the boss's perspective? I don't think it is. I'd ultimately prefer a boss to tell me about themselves rather than be at the whim of an unreliable narrator like Sylvia there. It is what it is. That's the choice that they made for No More Heroes 2, and it's different. I'll give them that. Maybe if they had done the exact same thing as the first game, wouldn't be as be a little more forgettable. You might not like it, but at least it stands out. I'll give the development team that. This is also a good time to talk about, during the opening intro, it said co-directed by Suda51. I'm not sure if people know this, but everyone assumes so. Suda51 has not directed in any game since No More Heroes 1. He didn't direct anything after that. Not Shadows of the Damned, not Killer is Dead, not Lollipop Chainsaw, not Let It Die. That's the last game he actually directed. He co-directed this, which, is just not, I'm assuming, an octave below just regular directing. I don't think it's that much different, but still that distinction remains. The next game he's directing, of course, is No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Back. So we're in their first stage leading up to Nathan Copeland. It's not a long stage, but it has some sick-ass music. That's the swirling attack that you get from bringing Gene's weight down. I'll do it. That big tornado thing, which is weird because it's almost the exact same animation that you get as one of the Tsubaki Mark III's, the final sword you get in the first game. It's really, really similar to that, so maybe they just kind of... It's strange because No More Heroes 2's combat is like the same, and it's different than the first game. And I wouldn't say it's even better. It's smoother. It definitely feels less janky, and the animations have been smoothed out. I enjoy the actual slash 'em up gameplay of No More Heroes 2 compared to the first one. First one still like it, but there's just a bit of more polish to this. The other thing I want to talk about, I think I mentioned it before when I played No More Heroes 1, is that once you've finished off an enemy, this is going to take a while, but a bunch of guys just drop down from the sky. And that just breaks, they just kind of appear. But when you've done a death blow to an enemy, and it does this, you swing the remote one more time, just once. You don't have to waggle. And it makes all those little polygons appear, those little squares. If you do that, that will increase the area of effect of the death blow. So if I just do it normally, that would most likely just kill that one guy. But if I do multiple, if I do that other swing, that might kill... No, he wasn't close to it, unfortunately. But anyone in a certain circumference will die if I do that extra swing. And now we are in Travis's real form. He is a furry in real life. Great camera angle. Right into the tiger dicky. That's the pretty much the ultimate special move you can get. It's an interesting thing. It's a nice nuanced gameplay mechanic over the first one, where you have that like tired little tiger below there, and that's basically my ecstasy gauge. It fills up by attacking, but also fills up if I get a power up, which is basically a girly magazine. Very Metal Gear. Well, let's hustle some cash. That's it. So now my tiger is all blasted up. So that's a special move that's stocked, and I can always use it as long as it's there. If I do get hit, though, it lowers down a pip. I love that. It's just a fucking tiger graphic. Like, it's no meter. It's no nothing stupid like that. It's a fucking goddamn tiger graphic that's roaring. So that's in addition to the slot machine kills, which every time I do a death blow and finish someone off, the slot machine just kind of randomizes down at the bottom, and I get another special move. Those are more varied. Those are kind of random, but the tiger special move I have on the bottom is always the same one. It basically slows down time and allows me to move at super speed and just basically chop everything up. And it's good. I like that it's just that move, because there are situations where I want to hold on to that, because I'll see a bunch of tougher enemies. I'll be like, oh, they're over there. They're like 2 rooms down. I'm going to keep that until I'm going to get to them. And you can use it strategically, like basically, which No More Heroes 1 kind of lacked. It was always like random special moves. You never knew what you were really going to get. Just kind of looking around as I talk. Yeah, there's nothing really else here. There's pizza, but I'm full up. So yeah, I much prefer how No More Heroes 2 does it over the first one. Yeah, No More Heroes. It's a very strange song. I still like it, but I'm not sure about this breakdown. This guy talks like that. I actually want to move really fast here because a helicopter immediately starts shooting at us. I want to get there as fast as I can. If you dilly-dally, shilly-shally here, he just shoots you non-stop. And you don't want to dilly-dally, shilly-shally with this thing. It will fucking knock off a lot of your health. Much, too much that I think, honestly. But after that, they're just kind of dead. I didn't keep my special move until now, the ecstasy gauge. Just because these guys aren't really much of a threat. The other different thing in No More Heroes 2 is that you get a full combo of melee strikes, which you never do. You just got a basic kick in the first game, and now you get like this little kicking punch combo thing, and it's much more effective because you're just supposed to sort of vary up your strikes with highs and lows. Speaking of highs and lows, I'll talk about that right now. Anyone that's played No More Heroes 1 will remember that you had a little bar underneath my little jumping penis bar up there that said high and low. And that's based on the stance of the Wiimote. Right now I'm in high stance. Right now I'm in low stance. You can barely tell the difference in the middle of gameplay. Like, I'm switching right now, and because I'm running, it doesn't really show it, but it is different. I much prefer the high and low marker just to always let you know what stance you're sort of in. Not that it factors too much into gameplay. I kind of find that most enemies, maybe some of the bosses, but most enemies don't really matter if you're hitting highs and lows, at least to my knowledge. I think there might be some much later, but it's much less prevalent than in the first game. I find. Oh, that would have been sick if we made that running strike. Another weird thing about this game specifically is almost any time the wrestling throws in general work almost flawlessly, I'd say, compared to the first game. The motion controls for the first game's wrestling moves were a little off. Sometimes you'd be like, no, I'm nailing this motion, and you just wouldn't get it, and that sucks. But in this game, you always get it, no matter what. They just loosened up the motion controls. They're less stringent, whatever. But every time you almost hit a wrestling throw, and you're even close to anything, it results in a wacky camera angle that whips all around over the place. And I'm like, I can't fucking see. And in the heat of battle, especially during like some of the tougher enemies in the tougher stages of the game, it does become a bit of a problem. That worked. So that running move, super good, that we got from Gene. Thank you, Gene. German suplex! Fuck yeah! So you have this guy left here. Doesn't really have much against me. I have this huge advantage over there. There you go. So we have a treasure chest over there. I also find the game generally more beautiful on you know, in terms of the Wii. I think it's a bit more attractive looking, battery juiced. Overall, though, art direction is like, I prefer the heavy-handed black shading. Cell shading was much more prevalent in the first game, and this kind of doesn't have as much. It's a weird filter that kind of tried to do a different thing. It's not bad, but I just kind of prefer the first game the way they did it. This looks a bit more like No More Heroes, Heroes Paradise on the PS3, which generally I think it doesn't look as nice. Hustled some cash. Glad I came back there. And you have a lot less upgrades. I looked down at the map and I saw that there was some stuff there. The map was something you could upgrade in the first game, which I didn't mind because, I mean, it was just a neat thing to be able to upgrade if you wanted it. And it starts off the same in the start of this game, and it stays the same all the way to the end. There's a lot less upgrading in terms of Travis's moves. He basically has almost everything, save for the running slash that you get from Gene. And I kind of miss that. This is going to be a running theme, but No More Heroes 1 and 2, I wish that I could combine the best aspects of both. Because sometimes this game lacks something that the first game had, vice versa. So I'm going to want to go down here and aggro all these guys, especially these guys at the end. Just run all past them. These are the tougher enemies in the game. These big dudes. So you see that killed them both. Doing the extra slash with the death blow. That killed 3 of them in one shot. It's always worth doing it. Even if you don't feel there's an enemy nearby, there's probably an enemy nearby. You don't actually know for sure. He could be behind you unless you're searching the map constantly. You're never really going to know. There's way more guys here than I thought, actually. It's kind of weird. Out of my way! Here, let's see if the camera angle goes nuts. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Something that drives me nuts, though, is that another No More Heroes one thing that I wish they carried over. See that? I'm putting the camera behind my back. I much prefer No More Heroes 1's little camera shutter. That it was a little disorientated, but once you got used to it, like I think it's so much more stylized and cool. And now it's just kind of standard video gamey. I guess it's better in terms of polish, but I much prefer the first one. It was so much more snappy and fun to do. So you can see that even though I used my special move there, I just regained it again. I filled up the ecstasy gauge. It does in the early game. I think it's maybe you shouldn't be able to refill it as much. In the later stages, I think it's almost a necessity to rely on that special move when you can. But in the first, I don't know, 3 or 4 assassination missions that we're going to undertake, I think, you know, maybe they could have toned it off a little bit. It makes the opening stages a bit easier. But maybe it should, since Travis is supposed to be the best assassin in Santa Destroy. That also reminds me of the other thing I wanted to say. I remember watching when Sylvia first came into view. Well, this is a good place to talk about since the music just stops. I don't know why they did this, but it's always fun. Just music just always starts and stops. It's so cool. I don't know what it is, but it's really neat. While we save, I'll talk about it. But I said it was a very important cutscene, and why that is because, goddamn, is Sylvia's motivations and what she's doing real confusing. Because at the end of the first game, it was established, at least to the player's knowledge, that the entire United Assassins Association was a fake, was a complete fucking rip-off scam that didn't exist. And it was just to manipulate Travis into doing what she wanted. And that there was no organization behind her at all. There wasn't millions of dollars being trickled in. It was all a hoax. Played on Travis. Now that seems pretty unbelievable, doesn't it? That she would go through all this just to fool Travis. And this game basically says, Sylvia said in that cutscene, no one cares about continuity. It's just a video game. Just shut up. It's unfair, but when this is a Grasshopper game, I'll accept that. Fine. Don't think about it. It's dumb. We just wanted to make a sequel because the first game did pretty good for us. So, fuck it. Yeah, you know what? Sure. I will not believe you. You know, I won't think about the plot that much. It's just a fun, dumb video game. And it's self-aware. It's fine. Yeah, you can call that lazy, but I'm okay with it in No More Heroes because it already establishes a wacky, off-kilter sort of nature. You know, if you're playing Last of Us and then some character, Last of Us Part 2, and some character's like, oh, fuck it, don't talk about that. We don't talk, like, that's when it's a problem. But I think when you establish your world as a goofy, stupid video game universe, like, oh, yeah, it's fine. All right, I blabbed on enough. Let's take down Nathan Copeland.
This must be karma. Travis touchdown.
Spare me the mystic crap. I came here to fight.
Magnificent! Travis, the crown is king. I see the rumors were true.
I don't know who's talking about me, but that nickname's all right.
Yeah, it is.
Listen to me, your highness. These rankings mean nothing to me. Neither does my sect or the mob. My only true calling was to clash swords with you. That's why I joined this contest. I was starving for a worthy
fool.
Then you're in luck. Because I'm as worthy as it gets. And I've got a shit ton of anger to work out.
That's what I like to hear. This is it. This is what I've been praying for. I'm weary of this gilded world. Oh, glitter, no soul. Save me from sorrow, crownless king. Thy sword and thy wrath will deliver me.
You should go easy on that crazy punch. How about I just cut you a new one?
We'll both do as divinity commands.
Halle
Hallelujah. So, we're gonna be fighting Nathan Copeland. He has a lot of gimmicks. They're not that bad, but you know, on other difficulty levels, they're a little much.
Give me more.
What I can do here, though, this will help out a lot. Nathan can't really do much about this. It doesn't do shitloads of damage. I'm not even going to bother throwing him because I just want to use this as much as I can. If you need health and additional battery charges, all that, they're in rooms next to you. When someone's on the ground like that, has been knocked down, always try to slash them. You can't actually pick them up with your melee strikes. You can't pick them up for a rustling throw. I'm not sure if it's viable against bosses, but you can certainly do it against the lower tier enemies. If we can kill Nathan here without even triggering all the gimmicks in his stage, amazing. That went really well, actually. Even on easy difficulty, sweet, Nathan can still easily jump out of things and just call upon all his stage gimmicks. They're a bit frustrating. But do you feel like you learned a lot about Nathan there? I don't think we did we? No. So one of the things I've been saying, though, is that while Sylvia's introductions to bosses are interesting, they're very stylized, I don't think it gets across the boss's intentions very well.
Fantastic victory! You are now ranked 50th!
Just 49 left. This is gonna take a while.
You were spectacular!
Better hurry. Like you said, I don't want anybody getting to that bat bastard first.
Look at you, Travis. Violence is the only way you can express yourself, no?
Oh, I'm in the zone, baby. Nothing's gonna hold me back.
Good. I'll arrange the next fight. It's going to blow your mind.
Can't fucking wait.
So does Sylvia have all these guys working for her? Is the UAA real now? Did the fakeness of the first one actually spur itself into existence? Maybe. It ultimately doesn't matter. It's an excuse to have fun with Travis and going on his little adventure. So that worked out really well. We're now rank number 50. Have beaten Nathan Copeland. We're going to head back to Travis's motel. And we didn't gain anything there. No new collectibles or whatever. But next up, we're going to be fighting one of my favorite, actually, boss fights in No More Heroes history. One Charlie McDonald. Well, in some ways, he's my favorite, actually. Maybe the one after that is maybe I like that one a bit more, but we're going to be fighting Charlie McDonald next on Matt's Desperate Struggle.